Music history has a habit of celebrating the loudest names, the biggest sellers, the most visible stars. But behind every era of great R&B, there were artists who carried the sound, shaped the culture, and influenced generations, without ever receiving the respect they truly deserved.
Pick it side.
Some were pushed into the background. Some were misunderstood. Some were simply ahead of their time. Tonight, we're slowing things down and giving flowers where they should have been given long ago. This is Top 12 R&B Legends who never got the respect they deserved. Subscribe to our channel R&B Timers for more stories and documentaries. Number 12, Syreeta Wright, With You I'm Born Again, 1980. Syreeta Wright is often remembered only as Stevie Wonder's former wife. But that label erases her true legacy. Syreeta was a gifted songwriter, vocalist, and creative force during one of the most important eras in soul music. She co-wrote songs that helped define Stevie Wonder's classic run, yet her own artistry was rarely spotlighted. Her voice wasn't loud or overpowering. It was gentle, intimate, emotionally pure. Syreeta represented a quieter kind of brilliance, the kind the industry often overlooks. Number 11, Leon Ware, Why I Came to California, 1982.
They said that I could find it. There are rhythms in the distance.
Leon Ware wrote romance like a secret being whispered. He was the mind behind much of Marvin Gaye's I Want You album, one of the most sensual bodies of work in R&B history. Yet Leon Ware stayed in the shadows. His solo music was smooth, grown, and emotionally sophisticated. Too subtle for an industry chasing trends. Leon Ware didn't chase hits. He chased feeling. And that's often why artists like him get forgotten. Number 10, the Delphonics, La La, Means I Love You, 1968. In an era when soul music was beginning to grow louder and more politically charged, the Delphonics chose softness, and that choice changed everything. La La, Means I Love You, wasn't built on power vocals or flashy arrangements. It was built on tenderness. Falsetto harmonies floated instead of demanded attention. And the lyrics spoke in whispers rather than shouts. It felt intimate, like a secret shared between two people, not a performance for a crowd.
One for me, one for me.
Yet despite shaping the entire Philadelphia soul sound, the Delphonics rarely received the recognition given to other vocal groups of their time. Their influence reached far beyond the charts, echoing through later R&B, Quiet Storm, and even hip-hop samples decades later. Still, their name is often left out of conversations about soul's greatest innovators. La La, Means I Love You, proved that love songs didn't have to be loud to be powerful. They just had to be honest. The Delphonics didn't fade away because they lacked greatness. They faded because history sometimes overlooks the gentle voices, even when those voices helped define an entire era. Number 9, Jean Terrell, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, 1972. When people talk about the Temptations, they often mention the group. But they rarely talk about the man who carried them into the 1970s. That man was Gene Terrell.
What to say that Papa never worked a day in his life.
After major lineup changes, many thought the Temptations' golden era was over. But Gene Terrell stepped in quietly and helped deliver one of the most haunting, cinematic soul records ever made. Papa Was a Rollin' Stone wasn't just a song. It was a slow-burning story about absence, mystery, and emotional fallout.
I never got a chance to see him.
Gene Terrell's voice didn't overpower the record. Instead, it guided it, calm, controlled, and emotionally restrained, allowing the lyrics and atmosphere to do the heavy lifting. Despite being the lead voice on one of the group's most iconic recordings, Gene Terrell rarely receives the credit given to earlier Temptations frontmen. His era is often treated like a footnote, even though it produced music that sounded darker, deeper, and more grown-up than ever before. Papa Was a Rollin' Stone proved that the Temptations didn't just survive change. They evolved. And Gene Terrell, the voice of that evolution, remains one of the most overlooked figures in soul music history.
Never heard nothing but bad things.
Number 8, Betty Wright, Tonight Is the Night, 1974.
Hard to relax, but I just can't.
Betty Wright was fearless. She spoke openly about adult relationships, female desire, and emotional truth.
So very long. Oh yeah, I put you on.
At a time when women were told to stay quiet, she also owned her masters, produced her music, and mentored future stars.
Keep still.
Betty Wright wasn't just ahead of her time. She challenged the industry itself.
Well, I never live it down, but my whole family.
Her influence is massive. Her recognition? Not nearly enough.
Waiting for you.
Number 7, Norman Connor's You Are My Starship, 1976. In the mid-1970s, R&B was expanding, reaching beyond traditional soul into jazz, funk, and cosmic imagination. And right at the center of that evolution was Norman Connor's. You Are My Starship didn't sound like anything else on the radio. It felt futuristic, spiritual, almost weightless, built on lush arrangements and soaring vocals. The song created a space where love felt timeless, not trendy. Norman Connors wasn't just making songs. He was curating experiences. Yet because he lived between genres, not fully boxed into soul, jazz, or funk, his impact was often misunderstood or overlooked. You Are My Starship proved that R&B could be cinematic and cosmic, without losing its emotional core. Norman Connors helped push soul music forward, opening the door for later Quiet Storm and jazz-infused R&B artists. Still, his name rarely appears where it belongs. Among the architects who expanded what R&B could be, sometimes the most visionary artists don't fit neatly into history. And because of that, they're often left behind. Number 6, David Ruffin, Walk Away From Love, 1975. David Ruffin is remembered as a temptation, but his solo career tells a deeper story. That voice, raw, emotional, instantly recognizable, deserved far more respect. Personal struggles overshadowed his talent, and the industry moved on too quickly. David Ruffin wasn't perfect, but his artistry was undeniable. Number 5, Maxwell Ascension, Don't Ever Wonder, 1996. In the mid-90s, R&B was becoming loud and flashy. Maxwell went the opposite direction. He brought back vulnerability, musicianship, and soul. At first, the industry didn't know what to do with him. Too quiet. Too subtle. Too grown. Today, his influence is everywhere. But the respect came late. Number 4, Donny Hathaway, A Song for You, 1972.
Me is what I hope to be.
Some artists entertain you. Others impress you. Donny Hathaway made you feel understood.
Of a true love withholding nothing.
A Song for You wasn't performed, it was confessed. Every lyric sounded like it was pulled straight from his soul, delivered with humility, honesty, and vulnerability. Donny didn't hide behind technique. He let the emotion lead, even when it hurt. Despite being one of the most respected musicians among fellow artists, Donny Hathaway never received the mainstream recognition his talent deserved.
There's no one more important to me.
His brilliance was often described as too deep, too emotional, too raw. But that depth is exactly why his music still resonates today. A Song for You feels timeless because it isn't about trends or eras. It's about truth.
10,000 people watching.
Donny Hathaway wasn't underrated because people didn't hear him. He was underrated because few artists ever made listeners feel that exposed. Number 3, Gladys Knight, If I Were Your Woman, 1971.
If you had the strength.
By the early 1970s, soul music was full of big personalities and loud voices. But Gladys Knight didn't need volume to command attention. She sang with truth.
If you were my woman, here's what I'd do.
If I Were Your Woman wasn't just a song. It was a conversation. A confession. A woman standing in emotional honesty. Gladys didn't dramatize heartbreak. She understood it. Her voice carried maturity, restraint, and lived experience. The kind of pain that doesn't scream. Because it doesn't have to.
To walk out that door.
While other artists chased flashy moments, Gladys Knight mastered something far more powerful. Emotional credibility. Yet for years, she was overshadowed. Called the other diva, placed behind louder names, despite delivering performances just as deep, just as lasting. If I Were Your Woman proved that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it speaks softly, and stays with you forever. Gladys Knight wasn't underrated because she lacked greatness. She was underrated because the world didn't always listen closely enough. Number 2, Curtis Mayfield, Move On Up, 1970. Curtis Mayfield didn't just make music for the moment. He made music for the people.
And don't you cry.
Move On Up was more than a hit record. It was a message of hope, wrapped in rhythm and soul. At a time when America was struggling to define itself, Curtis wrote a song that told listeners to keep going, keep believing, and keep rising.
Move on up. Move on up.
His voice was gentle, but his words were firm. He didn't shout revolution. He invited it. Despite being one of the most influential songwriters of his era, Curtis Mayfield was often pushed to the margins of mainstream recognition. His music was labeled too conscious, too serious, too honest. But Move On Up proved that soul music could inspire progress without losing joy.
The steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind.
Curtis Mayfield showed the world that love, hope, and social awareness could live in the same song. And even today, when those opening horns hit, the message still feels alive. Curtis Mayfield didn't just tell us to move on up. He showed us how.
Ooh, child, I wanna move on up.
Number 1, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, 1971.
We don't need to
Marvin Gaye wasn't just a singer. He was a visionary. At the dawn of the 1970s, the world was changing. Social unrest, war, and inequality were everywhere. And Marvin Gaye did something unprecedented. He turned his personal questions, fears, and hopes into music that spoke to the collective soul of a generation.
What's going on? Hey, what's going on?
What's Going On wasn't written to top the charts. It was written to make people think, feel, and care.
Brother, there's far too many.
Every note, every line, every breath carried urgency, honesty, and heart.
Got to find a way to bring some love.
Marvin risked everything. His reputation, his career, and his label's patience. To make music that mattered. Yet even with this revolutionary album, the depth of his artistry was often overlooked. He was celebrated as a great voice, but his genius as a composer, arranger, and storyteller was underappreciated.
Of you dying.
When you listen to What's Going On, it isn't just a song, it's a movement frozen in sound. It's Marvin's courage to speak truth through art, and to make the world pause long enough to feel it.
People, you know, we've got to find.
Marvin Gaye didn't just deserve respect. He earned a place in history as a legend of music, soul, and humanity itself.
Pick it light.